I'm back, and today we'll be doing Fiona's character analysis in Redesign. I also have a guest with me. Isn't that fun?
Oh yes, it is.
This is Apex Titan 2024, or is there another name you want me to call you by?
Or just Apex if you want.
Alright, and Apex will be joining me for Fiona's recording. Isn't this fun? I've never had a guest recorder with me. Like in my last video, we're going to be going over the wiki information, the concept personality that I found, and words. Love them. And then my design, plus a few extra headcanons here and there. So Fiona Flagstaff is her full name. She is a Spinosaurus. Lord help. These scientific names are going to kill me. I'm just going to call her Spinosaurus, because that's easier for me. And within the series, she is a 17-year-old. One of the only two 17-year-olds in the entire series, which I found a little bit funny. I think her and Caruso are the youngest in the series. The wiki information I found off her was very, very confusing, as she is like a generic tomboy in most medias, and she's a varsity swim captain. Her personality traits are jolly, feisty, kind, sarcastic, strong sense of humor, and sharp wit. Girl, you gotta pick one. You can't have all of those. Two of them are very contradicting.
What's wrong with having multiple personality traits?
There's nothing wrong, but you can't be like... You gotta give some of them to these guys. Max got nothing. He had nothing going for him. Oh, I mentioned in the description of Max's video that I left out a headcanon for him, of him being Jewish. At the time of recording, I wasn't too familiar with this headcanon, so I went back to do some research. I'll explain a little bit more later on if I remember to do so, or if Apex reminds me, either or. Within her wiki information, Fiona actually has an allergy to spider bites, or I guess just bug bites in general, but unfortunately this is an allergy that's almost never brought up again, besides here and there she's freaked out by bugs. She thinks they're gross, while another character thinks they're really cool. It's not really brought up about this allergy ever again, which is unfair. I think that's a cool allergy. We need more allergies. The concept personality had a lot less going on for her, but made her a lot more tomboy than what I would have liked her to be. She is a Bill Murray plus the old Rosie O'Donnell? Donald. I don't know. A speed freak, easygoing, fast-driving, tomboy athlete. When not burning rubber, she is kicking it with the boys. She has a quick wit. Lord, words are just going to kill me in this recording. Again, she has a lot of personality, but it's all tomboy and like the average stereotypical tomboy girl, which I wasn't a huge fan of. But I do want to keep the tomboy aspect of her, as it's a pretty big aspect in her character as a whole. In my design, I decided to keep the tomboy like stated, but I did tone it down to more of a Jeep/truck girl instead, also because her need for speed is pretty off and on with her, but I did give her a possible interest in dirt bike riding, as I thought it would be really cool, as they all have motorcycles, so sooner or later they had to get a motorcycle license within the series itself. At least I think you have to get a license to ride a motorcycle. I could be wrong on that, I don't know. But I did give her kind of a interest in dirt bike riding. I thought it'd be fun. Since she's a swim captain, or just on the swim team in general, I did give her a bit more broader shoulder build. She's not like a bodybuilder, but she is a pretty outdoorsy person, so I wanted to give her like some more muscle instead of her lean design that's shown in this canon. As stated in Max's video, it's a pretty common headcanon that the carnivores members need to eat more meat-related substances, but also there's another headcanon that I thought was a little bit interesting, is that they have anemia. I don't know much about anemia. I will be looking this up afterwards, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Will I keep it? I don't know. We'll find out later. Another fun headcanon for everyone is that they all like to sunbathe because they're lizards, and I thought that was funny, so I'm going to keep it. Just picturing a group of teenagers just sitting out in the sun when they should be doing schoolwork. Pretty stereotypical teenagers, don't want to do their work. I'm also one of those teenagers, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm a college student, alright? I don't want to do college work.
Oh, and apparently you do need a license to drive a motorcycle. I looked it up.
You do? Oh, okay. Yeah, they had to get a license, right? So when did they get that?
Off camera.
Maybe. But I think Fiona's the only one we've actually seen driving her own car. Everyone else keeps getting rides from her. So I think it's a little bit funny that they all have a motorcycle license, but none of them drive a car except Fiona. I don't know why. She's the only one who's ever seen driving. It's just a little bit funny to me.
Well, another funny thing is the car that she was driving in the first episode, that's the Dino tracker Jeep that the characters use throughout the show.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Did Monahan just decide, you know what, since you have a car already, we'll just stick with your car?
I'm honestly convinced the writers didn't really want to think about it too much.
Yeah, probably. So for a little bit of knowledge on Spinosauruses, there's not a whole lot of information on them, as there's no complete skeleton, so it's really unclear of whether or not they're aquatic or just semi-aquatic, or what their entirety of their diet is. It's pretty common to see Spinosauruses in riverbanks and eating fish, so I'm going to keep that in my rewrite, but if more science comes out about their diet and what they actually look like, then I'll kind of retcon some stuff going forward. I'm going to hope they don't make me retcon stuff. I don't want to redesign everything again.
Trust me, I know the feeling.
It's great. For Fiona, I gave her more of a preference for seafood-rich diets. As stated, Spinosaurus are believed to live near rivers and hunt for fish. Why did I write she's a butch lesbian? I mean, it fits, but
know.
like...
I don't know, why did you?
I don't know, I think I looked at her design and forgot to read her wiki and just said butch lesbian. Screw it, she's a butch lesbian now. Also, I should probably mention I wrote most of the script at like ungodly hours. So I'm reading my script for the first time in a few weeks, so I don't know what's on my script anymore. Don't write your script at 3 a.m. kids. It sucks. Don't ever do it. So in her wiki, she's got this kind of a large crest on her her head. This is unclear whether or not it's used purely just for gendering the dinosaurs, as Miss Monahan in her dinosaur form also has it. I'm thinking it's just for gendering the dinos, but I'm going to keep it, as I think Spinosauruses, in my brain, do have some sort of fin/sail on their head, so I'm going to keep it for her at least. As stated, I somehow made Fiona a butch lesbian. She goes by the pronoun she, they. I don't know, just makes sense. I mean, look at her. I gotta stop writing notes at 3 a.m. They're interesting. As stated, there's like no complete, at least fully complete skeleton of the Spinosaurus. There's only bits and pieces, and the most complete one is, I think, a smaller version of the species, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I took a lot of ideas from previous renditions of the dinosaur to use in mine, and used some kind of more modern species to add into my design, as her tail in my design is more based off of a croc or a gator, giving her spikes on the end of the tail and a bit more of a pretty meaty tail in general. I kept the pretty standard body stance of what's seen in Spinosaurus today, but gave her more of the colors of a leopard gecko and kelp seahorses, more focused on the yellows and browns, as in the show design she is pretty yellow, brown, and maybe gold if we're wanting to stretch it more. But this does make it a little more difficult for the yellow/green? Yes. Yellow/orange eyes I've given all the dinosaurs, but that's a me problem. I decided to do that to myself. I'm having fun designing, can we tell? For her human design, I didn't change a whole lot comparatively. I kept her the girl, because we need girls, obviously. Love women. But I instead gave her an updo sort of hairstyle, as she's always, at least in the series from my knowledge, I have a very bad memory, so I have to go rewatch it. But she's always kind of just jumping into water. In the first episode, she literally jumped into shark-infested water to go save a dog. Girl, do you not have self-preservation skills? Ma'am. But I gave her a ponytail, as it's pretty easy to put that into a swim cap, I think. I don't know, I was never into sports, so I could just be dead wrong about that. Who knows, we'll find out in post. But I did give her more of an athletic wear with leggings and a crop top, almost like a tank top under a jacket. I can totally speak. I also gave her a fanny pack. I don't know why I gave her a fanny pack. I think she's just the type of girl to carry bandages because her teammates are incompetent idiots who will in fact injure themselves on the smallest thing.
Honestly, if we're talking about who's the most idiotic out of the team, in my opinion, it was Caruso.
Most likely, but there are times where Max, you need to not do that, sir. You can't just be wandering into danger because you think your team isn't competent. I also like how they all bicker. Like in the first episode, they actively hate each other. It's the funniest thing to me. I think Fiona is like the only human that I had the most hard time with her, because her skin tone in the show is just a little bit weird to me, so I had to, because it was just like too orange to me for some reason, and then her hair is kind of a burnt orange almost, so I kind of changed those colors to be a little bit darker, as I think Fiona is the type of girl who would be out in the sun, pretty much working either on her car or general workout stuff like running and doing exercises for her sports, which is, what was it? Swim. I can totally remember that. I decided to keep her eyelashes even in Dino mode because I like eyelashes. Give them to me. This is also with Buzz and Caruso. I gave Caruso eyelashes because he's a pretty boy. He gets eyelashes. But in Dino mode, their eyelashes turn more into like scales, I think, or just like more detailed eye embellishments. I think I gave the same thing to Velocity, but I gave that to him because he's dramatic. That was the only reason I gave Velocity eyelashes. He's a dramatic child. But yeah, that is my Fiona design. Apex, do you want to add anything?
Honestly, I got nothing. Unfortunately. I apologize.
It's alright. Oh, I should probably mention that both Moynihan and Fiona have a white underbelly in the canon designs. I decided Fiona's going to have a white underbelly, but that's only because when she's swimming in shallow water, the underside of her belly looks kind of more like the water surface to any fish or predator swimming below, so she can more easily camouflage. This is seen in most marine biology, if I remember correctly, that their undersides are lighter than their topsides. But Moynihan will not have the white underbelly because it doesn't fit with my design. But yeah, that is my Fiona design. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you enjoyed having a special guest with me. If you guys like having special guests, I will be hopefully having Apex on my next video, maybe, or just
I'll definitely be there.
And if someone else from the Discord wishes to join us, you are more than welcome. You can just shoot me a DM or comment down below and I will figure some stuff out. But yeah, that is my Fiona redesign. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you Apex so much for joining me. That was very fun.
You're very welcome.
And yeah, bye-bye!
Bye-bye.